Ahoy and welcome back once again to the channel. My name's Gary. I like watches. If you're watching this, then you probably like watches too. Now, a number of you have messaged me over the past few years saying you just don't show any Seestern or Sugis watches. What's going on? Well, there's not really been a particular reason. It's just been one of those things. There's so many brands on AliExpress that it's difficult to cover every single one regularly. But I do agree. I haven't shown nearly enough Seestern or Sugis watches. I have shown one or two, but yes, I will agree, it's not been nearly enough. So after my recent new watches released onto AliExpress video went live, I reached out to Seestern and said, oh, I like the look of this watch. I showed it in a video and I'd love to show it in more detail on my channel. Would you like to send me one? And they have sent me one, as you can see. You will have seen the includes paid promotion icon in the top left hand corner. If you want to know what that means for this particular video, head down to my video description. And of course, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and the like button. Feel free to hit the bell notifications icon as well so you don't miss out on future uploads. And I'm now gonna take some plastic off of this thing and share with you my thoughts and opinions, all the facts, figures, stats and specifications. Let's just have a quick look at it before I disappear off and unpackage it. Oh my goodness, properly. Wow, there it is. Look, mother of pearl dial. That didn't come across very clearly in the listing on AliExpress. Yes, more than a dash of familiarity here, isn't there? Well, it is an AliExpress watch after all. Right, let me get the plastic off, do all the usual stuff. I'll be back in a mo. Right, there we go. That didn't take too long. I have removed all the plastic, resized it, put some power into the NH34 and moved the hands to a nice position so we can see everything on the dial. And I agree with what you guys have been telling me for a long time. First impressions are these watches, or this watch in particular, it's the only one I have in my hand at the moment, incredibly well finished. The steel finishing is definitely up there with the likes of Kronos and San Martin. I will show you some macro shots, of course, throughout the course of this video. But the transitions on the lugs here from polishing to brushing look super clean and crisp. The polishing on the outside of the bracelet looks to be streak free. There's a polished chamfered edge here on the outer shell of the clasp. Again, the transitions between the different types of finishing on this clasp look good. The polishing looks bright and flat. The hands, the applied indices look incredibly crisp. A mix of finishing on the hands, brushing and polishing. There's some light play on those applied indices and hands as well, so they look super bright. I will test the crystals. There's potentially two pieces of sapphire crystal here, one in the bezel and one covering the dial. Solid stainless steel case back look. But yeah, first impressions are this is a quality watch. Now let's get some of the important stuff out of the way. I've just been offered this watch online for $229 I believe. List price, or the day-to-day price on AliExpress, appears to be about $249. There's a $20 discount code. Of course, don't forget guys, if you want the best prices on AliExpress, you need to collect vouchers and coupons and potentially wait for sales. There's lots of sales throughout the year on AliExpress. So yeah, if you're not happy with the price of this watch just yet, perhaps pop in your basket and wait for the next big sale. But $229 for this watch, I think, is very, very good. I wasn't expecting the mother of pearl dial to be this shimmery. I don't know why, just the listing on AliExpress didn't seem to show this dial as being so mother of pearl. Of course it's a mother of pearl dial. I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, there's a lot of different colors, purples and blues. It's very nice. They also offer this watch with some more standard sunburst styles, but yeah, this particular color combination was the one that appealed to me the most. Obviously, not a lot of originality here. It looks a lot like a Grand Seiko. Even the bracelet has very strong Grand Seiko vibes. The hands, those applied indices, very, very familiar looking, aren't they? But there's no denying they have executed this watch to an incredible standard. It is very, very impressive. Right, let's take some measurements and weigh it, test the crystals, do all that sort of stuff. So the bezel is just under 42 millimeters in diameter. The case I'm measuring at 39.5. Thickness 13.2. Female end links, so I'll just give you the lug to lug measurements, roughly 48.5. Lug width is 20 millimeters and the bracelet tapers down to just under 18 millimeters. Nice. Right, let's get this thing switched on, and while that's warming up, we can weigh it. So set up for my roughly average sized wrist. It now weighs, 150 grams. That's sort of dive watch weight, isn't it? And it is a sort of dive watch style GMT. Right, we've now got two lights on the diamond selector too, so we can test the crystals. Yep, the main piece of crystal is a piece of double domed sapphire crystal. Let's now test the bezel insert. Yeah, we've got a sapphire crystal bezel insert as well. They're not my favourite. I do prefer ceramic, but there's definitely a little bit of extra light play on this watch, isn't there, because of that sapphire crystal bezel insert, a bicolour or two-tone bezel insert, which you would expect, given this is a GMT. Let me put this down. The bezel action is nice, a little bit light. It is a unidirectional bezel action, though. Yeah, it's not bidirectional, which is what you would expect for a GMT watch, and I think it's even 120 clicks. Let me just measure or count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's a 120 click unidirectional bezel action. So it's got a dive watch bezel action. And unfortunately, on this one, I noticed quite quickly, actually, when I was unboxing it, the chapter ring, or the rehow, which has some 24-hour numbers on it for the GMT hand, is slightly misaligned. It's not quite in line with the 12 o'clock marker. It's not bad, but it's definitely just a little bit off. Now, given that this is a GMT dive style watch, they have given it 200 meters of water resistance. Well, that's the rating that they've given it anyway. Screw down case back, screw down crown. The construction throughout does seem very good. Solid end links. The bracelet seems very nicely finished. Solid links in the bracelet. The finishing on the bracelet as well looks exceptional. The polished, those sort of mini links flanking the center link look super bright. I'm not seeing with the naked eye any overbrushing or anything like that. And the clasp, milled inner elements, and the outer shell looks to be milled as well. 3 micro adjustments. No divers extension, but yeah, I think for this particular watch, that's absolutely fine. Plenty of micro adjustment options and plenty of removable links. So yeah, first impressions, very, very good. Unfortunately, there is a slightly misaligned rehow, and the bezel action is a dive watch bezel action. And one other quick thing I wanted to mention, the screw pins were very smooth, very easy to remove, but perhaps a little bit too easy to remove. If you pick up one of these watches, I would use the provided tools to just check those screw pins, maybe even add a little bit of thread lock once you've resized it. But yeah, first impressions are, despite those weaknesses, minor issues, very good, very, very good. The value for money here is definitely there. Seestern appear to be making beautifully made watches to compete with the likes of Chronos and San Martin, and I hope this is the first of many. I show you guys on this channel because I think this is a brand we should be focusing, or I should be focusing on a little bit more. I know you guys have been telling me for years, get more Seestern watches on your channel. Well, 2025, maybe that's the year of the Seestern.